It's Wednesday, February 22, and time for your Barbados Day afternoon update. I'm Kmar Jordan. Thanks for joining us. Enough is enough. Opposition leader Mayor Motley today announced plans for a national march of disgust on Saturday, March 11, while calling on Barbadians to signal their dissatisfaction with the Friendle-Stewart administration. During an 11 a.m. press conference at the opposition office in Parliament Building today, Ms. Motley was particularly harsh in her criticisms of Prime Minister Friendle-Stewart, charging that he'd chosen to jet off to New York to attend a Democratic Labour Party cocktail sip at one of the worst times for the economy. Ms. Motley says this is clear evidence that Mr. Stewart is unfit to continue in office. Though seemingly resigned to the fact, however, that the Prime Minister will not call elections in a hurry, Ms. Motley says Barbadians must take back their country.
And we call upon all civic-minded Barbadians to join with us in sending a message to Friendle-Stewart and his cabinet that their style of governance is not cute. But above all else, that Barbados cannot bear the weight of the indifference and the incompetence of Friendle-Stewart and his cabinet for another 12 months. Ironically, yesterday was the 4th anniversary of Barbadians going to the poll at the last elections. As several other commentators have said over the last 2 weeks, and we have sat back and listened to them, including some of their own, this crisis situation is bigger than each of us. We in the Barbados Labour Party are therefore determined that no one, not even the titular leader of this country, must be allowed to stand in the way of the urgent need to stop the hemorrhaging, to stabilize the country, and to put us back on the proper path to recovery.
The opposition leader also blasted Stewart's handling of the ongoing legal wrangling at the Central Bank of Barbados between the governor, Dr. Delisle Worrell, and Finance Minister Chris Sinclair. She says the Prime Minister is clearly incapable of sorting out the country's problems.
Termination of the employment of a governor of the Central Bank is not a small matter. It is a matter of the highest national importance. If Sinclair did not communicate with Mr. Stewart, then Mr. Sinclair should be fired. But if, as I believe, he did discuss the matter with Mr. Stewart, the Prime Minister is plainly attempting to delude and to deceive Barbadians by stating that he has not made himself, quote, privy to all that has been happening, unquote. From the time the story broke 2 weeks ago, the Prime Minister was under a duty to make himself privy. His abdication of the duty to inform himself about the matter is nothing short of gross incompetence and recklessness. Worst of all, he is hanging Mr. Sinclair out to dry.
Meantime, at the height of the dispute between the governor and the finance minister, there's a new threat of legal action against the government. This time around, it's from the energy company Rubis. The company says it's considering its legal options amid the sale of the Barbados National Oil Terminal Company Limited to the Sol Group.
We are prepared to fight the battle with all the elements that the law gives us to fight that battle, because we are fighting for our survival in our future here in the country. And we are prepared to fight as hard as we can that battle. Fight it legally, fight it ethically, fight it with the right arguments, and fight it in the right forums. But this is a huge, huge issue for us. I mean, it threatens the survival and longevity of Rubis in the country. And we like to do business in this country.
And the island's economic woes and troubles at the central bank were also a major talking point at the meeting of the island's business leaders this morning. Former head of the Barbados Economic Society, Ryan Strawn, told an annual Ernst & Young Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry Breakfast Business Forum that the central bank had failed in its duty to protect the Barbados currency. He said that by constantly supporting the government's spending through the printing of money, the central bank has put the Barbados dollar at serious risk.
We have to be focused on what is key to moving Barbados forward. The central bank has to do its job. Its first job is to maintain the stability of the peg. Nothing more, nothing less. The fact that we got ourselves to a situation we were talking about stop printing money means it has not been doing its job. And so as Barbadians, as business people, as politicians, we have to ensure that the institutions that we have to safeguard our interests, that they do their job.
In other news, this hour, a 21-year-old University of the West Indies student is recovering at home following a stabbing incident at the Cavel campus yesterday. Akindele Licorice of Freehill Blackrock St. Michael suffered multiple wounds to his hands and right side during an altercation with another student. Licorice was treated at the Sandy Crest Medical Center and discharged. Police are continuing investigations into that incident.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only 225, 220. Who? For what? That's the Bear Stare News. I don't read about that from Barbados today since last night. That can't only can't do. 220. Who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
It's the celebration of agriculture, 50 years and beyond. Come and experience this year's AgroFest exhibition at the historic Queen's Park on February 24th to 26th. Don't miss the African Heritage Month celebrations, the AgroFest Special Edition, an impressive display of leather products made from Barbados' black belly sheep, the best of crop over 2016, and much more. AgroFest 2017. Tickets available at all official box offices.
To regional news now, the unemployment rate in St. Lucia is down 3%, but the island's Employers Federation is not impressed. The Federation's Executive Director, Joseph Alexander, says, while it's true that more St. Lucians have jobs, they're earning less. So the current jobless rate is really nothing to sing and dance about.
Even if there were more jobs created, the earnings have gone down. So in other words, it's low-paid jobs, right? Now, if you recall, the economy has not grown. In fact, anything below 1%, the economy has not grown. So basically what I'm seeing from those figures is a reallocation of resources, a reallocation of jobs. So quite a few high-profile, higher-paid jobs have been lost, and this has been made up for by lower-paying jobs.
On the international front, Malaysian police are seeking a senior North Korean embassy official in Kuala Lumpur in connection with the murder of the estranged half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport last week. At a press conference this morning, police identified the official as the second secretary at the embassy. 46-year-old Kim Jong-nam was killed at the airport on February 13 after two women smeared his face with a poisonous liquid. North Korea has denied that it was behind the attack.
And there are two more images that we released to you that we have not been able to identify as yet. So we have identified both of them. They happen to be one attached to the North Korean embassy, and the other one a staff of North Korean airline. So we have written to the embassy, we have requested the embassy, North Korean embassy, to allow us to interview both of them. We hope that the Korean embassy will cooperate with us, allow us to interview them quickly. If not, we will compel them.
Well, that's news at this hour, but for more, you can log on to www.barbadosday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper or email updates, or you can like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media if you're moving around Barbados today in bus terminals or screenplay at a supermarket or a gas station near you. You can also check us out on Channel 99, that's Flow TV, or Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Kamar Jordan. Have a fabulous afternoon. Be safe out there, and be sure to join us back here on 6 o'clock this evening for our next update.